Hello and welcome to Firstpost. Throughout the week, you're inundated with news, the heavy-duty kinds. So since it's the weekend, we thought we'd bring you something different. The odd, the offbeat, the outlandish news that didn't make it to the headlines. Welcome to Beyond Bizarre. Our first story this week is about sex toys. Sex toys help us reach, let's say, new heights. Now it could help the government of Thailand do the same. Here's our report.
Sex toys can be quite useful. They help fulfill our aims and desires. One of which can even be power, because sex toys have many benefits, and they're not just frisky, but also fiscal. And Thailand could tap into that. The Southeast Asian country has a reputation of being quite sexually liberated. Ever heard any story about a trip to the Bangkok city? If yes, then you get the idea. But this liberation does not extend to sex toys. The country is conservative about vibrators, dildos, and other intimate devices. They are considered immoral and are illegal in Thailand. Anyone convicted of selling them faces severe punishment. 3 years in prison or a fine of up to $1,800. But now, a conservative Thai political party wants to turn this around. We are talking about the Royalist Democrat Party. They want to legalize sex toys. They say there is a mismatch of sexual libido in Thailand. So legalizing sex toys will be useful. It could lead to decrease in prostitution, divorce rates, and sexual crimes. Sure, politics and sex have always shared a close relationship. But why did a conservative party need to dangle sex toys to woo voters? Because the general election is next month. And the future is not looking good for the Democrat Party. They have been a major player in Thai politics since the 1940s. But they faced a defeat in the 2019 elections. And since then, they haven't done so well in the opinion polls either. So now, they want to boost the Thai libido and also use it to collect more taxes. Sex toys may be illegal in Thailand, but that doesn't stop their illegal use. They are freely available in several parts of the country. Especially, you guessed it, Bangkok. But with the legal import of these erotic stimulators, the government can collect taxes, which has been a missed opportunity thus far. Hopefully, there will be quality control too, because cases of sex toys short-circuiting are one too many. Ouch, right? So could this bid to legalize sex toys help the party? We'll find out next month. Until then, we bid them good vibrations.
Before we begin our next story, we have a few questions for you. What would you choose? Broccoli or French fries? Exercise or French fries? A nice long hike or nice steamy fries? I mean, the answer seems quite obvious, right? Well, we love our French fries, the golden, delectable marvels. They're the ultimate comfort food. They're supposed to help us in our times of need. But it turns out we might have been wrong about them. They might be the cause behind depression. Here's our next report. Few experiences in life are unique, especially when it comes to our low points. If you've ever been dumped or fired from a job or failed a test, you know that it hurts. But what's more, it also gives you a serious case of the munchies. And after every low point comes the hunt for comfort food, a hunt for French fries. Because our love for fries is truly one for the ages. They've been with us through thick and thin. But like all love stories, this one is complicated too. We thought they make us happy and lift our mood, but they might just be doing the very opposite. Fried food could be making us depressed and anxious. Sounds like betrayal with a side of fries, right? But we aren't saying this, a new study is. It notes that fried food is bad for our mental health. It's linked to depression and anxiety. In terms of data, fried food increases the risk of anxiety by 12% and the risk of depression by 7%. This is especially true for fried potato, like French fries. And this sounds appalling, because we thought fries are the ultimate happy bombs. But remember, they're made of potatoes, which are starch bombs. They're fried in oil and heavily covered in salt, so they're high in trans fats and sodium. In other words, they're quite unhealthy. Also, it's no shocker that healthy food is good for our brains, and by proxy, good for our mental health. Study after study proves this. Unhealthy food leads to fatigue, and even impairs decision making. Depending on the frequency of consumption, it may cause stress and depression. Junk food is processed and high in sugar. This leads to inflammation in the body and brain, and can contribute to mood disorders. That being said, take this study with a pinch of salt, because how can something that tastes so good be so bad for us? It's still in the preliminary stages, and its causality is in question. For example, are fried foods driving anxiety and depression, or do people with symptoms of mental health issues turn to fried food? The study doesn't answer this question. And sometimes eating unhealthy food boosts our mood too. So elimination is not the only option. A well-balanced diet is important, and when we do eat junk food, portion control is key. And you already know that exercising also helps. So no need to completely bid goodbye to French fries yet. They can remain our love, just on the down low. A pro tip? Next time someone says exercise, maybe we shouldn't hear extra fries. Have you heard of the term Disneybounding? As the name suggests, it has everything to do with Disney. It's a lovely, colorful, accessorized world. And while you're Disney-bound, you aren't breaking any rules. But you are bending them. Here's our next report.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Isn't adulting terrible? Think about it. Taxes, laundry, the lack of a summer break, and now things have gotten worse. Adults can't even enjoy Disney parks to the fullest. What are we talking about? If you're aged 14 or above, Disney has a strict rule for you. It won't allow you to wear costumes or masks in Disney parks. And there's a reason for this. Disney parks have their own costumed characters. They interact with guests, and they are a crowd favorite. So Disney doesn't want this likeness to be misrepresented. But being an adult can also have its perks. Like being able to bend the rules, which is exactly what a subset of Disney superfans are doing. They are channeling their favorite characters without breaking any rules. That's where Disneybounding comes into the picture. This term was first coined in 2011. Now its hashtag has over 770 million views on TikTok. And about 2 million posts on Instagram. It has become a trend in the Disney world. And how does one go Disney-bound? By wearing outfits inspired by Disney characters. But no costumes, only everyday clothes used creatively. This means before a visit to the theme park, asking yourself, what would Mickey Mouse wear? Or maybe Snow White or Tiana. And this can be as simple as putting on shorts and a top in the colors the character is known for. Then accessorizing a bit. Like for Mickey Mouse, one can just put on the famous ears. And for Tiana, a green romper with a frog bag. What's more, adults are bending these Disney rules by using Disney merchandise. So they don't have to try too hard either. Because some Disney fans refuse to grow up. And then Disneybounding can seem a little crazy. It can also be a bit bizarre. But in times like these, we look to Disney for some advice. And we quote Alice in Wonderland. You're mad, bonkers, off your head. But I'll tell you a secret. Some of the best people are.
That's it for this week's episode of Beyond Bazaar. We hope we kept you entertained. We'll be back next week with more stories that are anything but basic.